Hey guys, Mark here, and this is the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro. This is easily one of the most expensive accessories I've ever bought for the iPad, but it's also one of the best. With the introduction of iPadOS and the ability for the iPad to use Bluetooth mice as a peripheral, a product like this was pretty much inevitable. After using it for well over a month now, I can definitively say that the Magic Keyboard has not only fundamentally changed how I use my iPad Pro, but it's also changed what I use it for. You might have seen my video recently about how I ditched my MacBook Pro for the iPad Pro, and the Magic Keyboard was the key that really made that switch viable. The iPad Pro is no longer just a tablet for me, it's also my portable workstation. I use it and the Magic Keyboard to type up scripts, do research for upcoming videos, fill in spreadsheets, and even some light video editing with LumaFusion. Okay, so to explain why the Magic Keyboard is such a necessary accessory for me, let's first start with the design because there's a whole lot to unpack here. The Magic Keyboard was designed to give you more of a laptop-like experience, and to do that, Apple has built what they call a floating hinge. When you open the iPad Pro and keyboard, the iPad will raise about an inch off of the keyboard and allow you to tilt the screen to pretty much any angle that you need. The whole thing is crazy solid. It takes a bit of force to tilt the iPad at all, and unless you're on a really uneven surface, the whole thing has no chance of falling over on its own. The iPad is held onto the Magic Keyboard by very strong magnets, and unless you're pulling the iPad off of the keyboard, there's no way it's going to fall out. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see a set of pins that line up with the smart connector on the bottom of the iPad. And this is how the Magic Keyboard gets its power. The entire keyboard is extremely thin, as you can see, so there's no room for a battery here. So it's got to suck up some of the battery from your iPad Pro. Once your iPad snaps into place, you can instantly start using the keyboard like normal. There's no waiting for a connection like there is with a lot of Bluetooth-based keyboards. The smart connector can also charge the iPad Pro, and you can take advantage of that via the USB-C port built into the left-hand side of the hinge. It makes a whole lot more sense than having to plug in at the bottom of the iPad Pro for power, and it makes it feel a lot more like a laptop overall. Unfortunately, however, that USB-C port can't carry data, so plugging in an external drive does absolutely nothing. For that, you'll have to use the USB-C port on the iPad itself. That's a bit of a bummer for me, and I kind of expected the keyboard to have that functionality for the price that I paid for it. On the plus side, you can now charge the iPad with one port and transfer files with the other port, so at least you don't have to unplug your external drives to charge the iPad anymore. Alright, before I talk about the overall durability of the Magic Keyboard case as well as the keyboard and trackpad, I want to quickly thank the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an incredible online learning platform that I've been using for the past couple of months. You can learn from thousands of talented people through their online classes. They've got classes on UX design, illustration, animation, creative writing, film and video, and a whole lot more. Want to learn how to create incredible drawings with the iPad Pro? Robert's got you covered with his 50-minute class on Skillshare. Look, let's be honest, a lot of us got plenty of time to ourselves right now, so why not spend it learning something you've always wanted to do? Skillshare is a community built for learning and is completely ad-free. It's also pretty darn affordable at less than $10 a month with a yearly subscription. For a limited time, use the link in the video description below to get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this portion of the video, and now, back to the Magic Keyboard. One of the most important things that I consider when buying a keyboard case for the iPad Pro is durability and how safe it'll keep my iPad. This is a very expensive tablet, so I want to know it's going to be well protected. We've all seen Zach's video of him bending and breaking the iPad Pro, and I do not want that to happen to mine, given how thin and easy to bend the iPad is. I'm happy to say that the iPad Pro is extremely solid when housed inside the Magic Keyboard case. There's very little flex whatsoever, and the whole thing feels as solid as a brick. I don't feel as confident that it wouldn't break if I dropped it, but I know for sure it wouldn't bend. The unfortunate downside of having the Magic Keyboard is that it almost doubles the weight of the iPad Pro, so it feels about as heavy as a laptop now, which shouldn't be all that surprising, but it is worthwhile to note. Okay, now the most important part. The keyboard itself. This keyboard feels a lot like the Magic Keyboard 2 for the iMac in terms of size and spacing. The biggest difference between the two is the feel of the keyboard as well as the missing top row on the iPad's version. I do find myself missing both the function keys and the escape key on the iPad's Magic Keyboard, but I do get why they aren't there. There's just no space. If you threw a function row up here, they'd be behind the iPad and you wouldn't be able to get to them. Still, it would be nice to do things like change the brightness of the iPad's display or the keyboard backlight and close out of apps with that escape button. The keyboard is fully backlit and you can change the brightness of the backlighting by going into settings and then the hardware keyboard settings. I usually leave mine off because it does save battery quite a bit more, but it is nice to have in dark areas. Apple has thankfully gone with scissor switches as opposed to butterfly switches, and they feel just as good as any laptop with decent travel and tactile feedback. They have very good stabilizers on them too, so the keys feel very sturdy without any wobble. The trackpad is definitely on the small side, but I don't find myself really wishing for a bigger trackpad. It does everything I need it to do, and it feels nice too. Apple's gotten really good at designing trackpads over the years, and this is absolutely no exception. Of course, you can use all the gestures you'd normally use on a regular trackpad, like two-finger scrolling, pinch to zoom, etc. One thing you might be worried about when it comes to the Magic Keyboard is just how much battery it saps from the iPad Pro. I can tell you that it does for sure make a difference, but not a huge one, especially if you turn off that keyboard's backlighting. I've spent hours and hours on end writing scripts with this thing, and I've never even once come close to killing the battery, so it's a non-issue for me. Like I said in the beginning of this video, the Magic Keyboard has completely changed the way I use my iPad. I find myself now very rarely reaching up to touch that display anymore. I use keyboard shortcuts like Command-H to go home and Command-Tab to cycle through open apps, and I use the trackpad gestures to navigate through everything. It's become much more of a mini laptop than a tablet for me, and I love using it that way. Even when I'm just watching Netflix at night, the Magic Keyboard is the perfect little stand, and it keeps the iPad at nearly eye level when I'm in bed. Look, don't get me wrong. This is what I would consider a luxury accessory, and I don't think it's something that everyone needs. I mean, the darn thing is like $300 US, so there's no way I could confidently sit here and recommend it to absolutely everybody. But if you're going to use your iPad Pro as a mini laptop workstation, the Magic Keyboard is ideal and I absolutely love it. If you're more interested in seeing how I ditched my MacBook Pro for an iPad Pro, I'll leave my video right here for you. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to support my channel. And as always, have a great day.